Hello and welcome to another episode of Learning on the Go here at Question the Truth with me, Slisk Lindqvist. And today's topic is, well, the year of what? Linux. So, part 3, this time, which distro? Yeah, uh, in the in the last video, I was talking about the desktop environment. If you focus on the desktop environment, it's going to be easier to find find out which distro you want to use. Because the next part here is, what do you really want to focus on? So it's like the things that you really want to focus on. Like, let me just say add some text here, trash text, and we're gonna have like um, the compositor there, and we're gonna have there, and 48 there. Okay, there. We're gonna have the compositor. We're gonna have immutable or not, and then we're gonna have package manager, and then we're gonna have desktop environment, which we've already discussed. And so compositor, so that would be Wayland based or X11 based, and then immutable or not, and then package manager, and then it's like we've already talked about that one, so we can skip that one, and then it's upgrades. It's like rolling release or seasonal. So rolling or seasonal release. There. That's gonna be the main focus, the main things that you should be thinking about when you are choosing a distro. That's all you need to do. That's all. You don't need anything more than that, basically. So, even though this is a lot. This is a lot to think about. So let me go through what all of these mean. So to begin with, it's like, first off, we're gonna have like semi-bold, like there. Okay, I hope you can read it. Probably not. Okay, so the first part of choosing a distro is choosing which compositor you're going to use. Like, is it going to be Wayland based, or is it supposed to be X11 based? So if we say is that the X11 is the old uh, window compositing engine, it's been in use since Unix started, basically. And it's become so bloated with stuff for systems that no longer even exist anymore, that they didn't know. And the thing is, when code is bloated and you haven't thought about things not existing in the future and stuff like that, there's going to be problems wherein you actually start to use parts of other code parts in order to get some other parts working. So you can't cut out certain code snippets, because if you do, then some other code won't work as it should, and that's the problem that X11 is having, and that's why. Well, there are some really ignorant people out there who think that no, I want to sit on X11 forever and ever and ever and ever. I don't want to ever change. So like, yeah, and those people they tend to go off to their own little cult and create their own little settlement of X11 sects. So yeah, I don't very much care if Wayland works, it works. And usually, nowadays, it works. So I haven't had any problems with Wayland right now, so I'm using Wayland right now. Um, and I have no problems with it. I'm happy about that. So I don't really care. Uh, but before Wayland was fully, say it's not fully functional yet, but when it was before it was fully functional, yeah, you couldn't play a game on a computer because it couldn't display the stuff. Also, you couldn't do certain stuff either. Also, some applications are still X11 based, going through X Wayland, so it uses like these stupid things. I have a like print screen application that I tested. It would print screen, and well, when you started the print screen, it would start the application as an X11 application, and then you would tell it that I want to make a print screen, and then it would make the print screen, but it would not follow through with the normal procedures that it used when I used the X11 version of the same distro. So that made me a bit pissed off. But yeah, when when systems get updated properly and um, now I'm just ranting. So yeah, anyway, um, if you don't know what you're doing as a beginner, don't choose an X11 system. It's old, but it works. It works better than Wayland, but sooner or later you'll still have to to walk over to the Wayland side of things, like come over to the dark side. We got cookies, right? So yeah, but the Wayland is the new uh, path when it comes to GNU Linux. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of sad faces when X11 is fully stated dead. Uh, I am not sad about it. Just die, you piece of shite, because I've had more problems with X11 than I've ever had with Wayland. So yeah, uh, I am not sad, and I am not really thinking clearly though. I've been using Linux uh, since I was 17. I'm 39 now, so it's like 22 years of using Linux back and forth. It's like and 20 of those have been X11, and only about no 20, it's more, it's over 20 years with X11. So I should be sad. Oh, I should be having those tears in my eyes that want to go down as a X11, but I'm not. Um, Last year it was a hazard setting with Wayland. This year I have not had any problems. So I'm on X11 NixOS right now. So no, I am on Wayland NixOS. So yeah. Um, the next part is, do you want an immutable system or not? And and an immutable system means that you're locked from changing stuff in the applications that has been installed. So like you can change if you are really really if you really really want to, you can change an immutable system. It's just that when the next update comes, your old settings will get bye bye. Like that's what happens in an immutable system, because it's supposed to, it's like you have this Steam Deck for one. It has an immutable Arch system, uh, so it rolls back installations if something that is not supposed to be installed is installed. If there's a new release of something, it might not update up until Steam says, now we're gonna update to that. So you can have updates lying around and you can't update them because, yeah, it's not updated in the core files or the core, core files. So NixOS is also an immutable system. We also have like Bassite, which is a gaming OS that is, what is Bassite based on? It's like Bassite, GG. It's like, what is it based on? So it's like ChatGPT. What? I don't. What is Bassite based on? Whoops. Uh, ba okay. Yeah, okay. Bassite is a Fedora-based Atomic desktop. So Atomic is Fedora's uh, immutable system version. Like, mm, yeah. So you have Fedora Atomic. The, I if you're not going to change things in the computer at all, so yeah, you're gonna say you're going to install the computer and then you are going to install Steam and play like 20 different games, and you're gonna have a web browser, and that's basically all you're ever going to do with the computer. Then hip hooray for an immutable system. Use that. If you're only going to like have a web browser on it and maybe sit and write stuff in LibreOffice or make some PowerPoints here and there and stuff like that, yeah, go for an immutable system. Uh, I wouldn't as um, I wouldn't say that a developer would like to have an immutable system though, because sometimes you want to change some of the core files. Like the more you learn about Linux, the more you can maybe want to change about something in Linux, the less you actually want to sit in an immutable system. But it's a good safeguard. So like Microsoft Windows is also going towards becoming an immutable system. That's why it's rolling back on updates when you change files in the core folders. It's gonna when you change things in the root folders, it's going to go there and change it back, basically. And the same goes with like NixOS and Fedora Atomic, and we have a bunch of other stuff like Bassite. I don't really like um, name 20 immutable Linux distros. Um, okay, so Fedora, Red Hat, Fedora, Silverblue, Kinoite, Cereosia. Okay, so Fedora is immutable, Bassite is immutable, Aurora is immutable, Universal Blue is immutable, OpenSUSE is immutable, Ubuntu Core and Ubuntu Blend OS and Carbon OS, they are immutable. Uh, which is Blend OS is immutable Arch Ubuntu Plus Fedora hybrid distro using containerized layers. That seems like a strange operating system. It's like Steam OS 3 is from Valve is immutable. We have Vanilla OS is immutable. We have Endless OS, Serpent OS, and Nix OS, which is all immutable operating systems. If you don't want to have an immutable system, immutable operating system, then you choose something else than these. So I prefer uh, having a non-immutable system, but I also like Nix OS, and yeah, I can that's it's like it's reproducible, and that's why I like it, and I want to keep it, and I want to keep using it, and the more I sit with it and the more I learn about it, the more I want to expand on it. So yeah, but I wouldn't say that NixOS is something that a beginner should sit with, because it's even more difficult to sit with than freaking Arch is. And yeah, but it's safer because if you do something wrong, you can always roll back to an earlier build of the system, which is awesome. You can just restart the computer, and there you have all the generations of configurations that you've done, if you haven't deleted them. So yeah, okay, you borked one setting, and now your system won't work properly. Okay, but you can't remember what you did. Okay, you go back to one earlier generation, and then yeah, awesome. So NixOS is a lot safer to use than ArchOS, but ArchOS or Arch Linux is a lot easier to use in a way because it's not immutable, but there are immutable versions of it. Then we have the package manager. We have multiple different package managers, and I'm not talking about the GUI, so the user, the graphical user interface package manager. Now I'm talking about the terminal package manager. So you have Pacman, you have apt-get, you have SUSEs and stuff like that. It's not super important, but there are things that you can and cannot do in certain operating systems. I like Pacman. I like how you can configure Pacman, and I usually also use Linux distros that ship with Pacman uh, as the default package manager. So I don't use that many Debian-based systems. I use more Arch-based systems than Debian-based systems. But I've already also stated that I use Pop! OS or an Arch-based system. So that's apt and Pacman. I also use Fedora, so that's Arch, the apt Pacman and Fedora's, which is DNF. And I don't really care about whichever I'm using nowadays, but it's good to have. It's good to choose as a beginner an apt-based package manager, a distro with an apt manager package manager. So if there's something that you need to fix, it's easy to find it on the internet because it's gonna be like sudo apt install blah 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 blah. There's a very often that you find something. It's like, let's see here. It's very often that you find uh, so now you have like the ChatGPT. So tell me how to reboot the audio in Ubuntu in an Ubuntu based based system. There. And it's gonna go through here and it's gonna tell you first you need to check what kind of service you're using, and when you know that, you can restart the services: wire plumber, pipewire, and pipewire pulse in Ubuntu 22.04 plus, and then you can check the status of pipewire as a system. So you have the system control, user start, wire, and the service, name of the service, and definition service. That's what you're restarting. And then if you want to restart Pulse Audio, it's gonna be different from the other ones. So you check that if you have Pulse Audio, I think. No, you kill it. Pulse Audio kill. And then you restart it. And then you tell it start. It's like you also have ALSA, which is the older kernel sound driver layer. You can restart that too. But these are just normal. These are universal commands because these are Linux services. So tell me how to install Pipewire without stating. Well, I did state the other stuffy thingy. So here, sudo apt update, sudo apt install pipewire, blah 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 blah. It gives you a bunch of stuff to do. And then sudo apt install pipewire pulse, and then sudo apt blah blah blah. So the sudo apt. But that didn't work. Pacman won't. Explain it. Then, yeah, it says here that you need to use this command instead if it was pacman. So sudo pacman sync your it's sync your update and to well is it that? Is that the right? So S is the sync anyway, so which is install. So you have sudo pacman sync your update with pipewire. So what you're doing here is that it's not stating that you're going to install something, rather you're syncing your system with other applications, and you're copying over applications. Like, uh, oops, uh, it was Fedora I'm using here. And then it's gonna be like, Fedora. So sudo dnf install pipewire. Pipewire. It's not that you actually need to use this. It's like um, these commands. Usually you don't need to use commands like these nowadays with a lot of distros, but when it comes to certain distributions, you will need to sit down and do stuff like this. What the fudge is this? New chat? Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, trash text. We're gonna move that a bit. It's like this. Um, so the package manager is not important really in how you choose your distribution. It's just it's going to be easier if you search for so like searching install wine. And you're gonna be like this, and it's like 10.16, the developer version. It's like, and I want to install that somehow. It's like download the latest. And it's yeah. And here it's gonna give you the Ubuntu ones. Here's the Ubuntu commands that you're supposed to set in. But maybe you're on Slackware. Okay, then it's going to give you the files that you're supposed to download and compile in the operating system. Or Fedora, then you'll have another set of things that you have to do in order to get it to work. But you don't need to go about and install things like this. I kind of need those, like package manager. I don't have a package manager on NixOS, not like others do, because you install files through command lines, or not command lines, but you install things through like root etc, and can you do it by name? NixOS configuration.nix, and then when I want to install something, here's one application. This is OBS Studio, and then the plugins that I want to have in working order. Um, but usually you just do this. Just write a name here, GIMP, and it's going to be installed when I reconstruct the build. It's like, and if I do this, save and then rebuild, then Lutris won't start anymore. Right now, Lutris works because Lutris exists, but if I do this and save, and then I do Nix OS build switch update. Is that right? No. Is that it then? Ah, switch update build. I can't. I'm so bad at this. These commands. I have still yet not. Yeah. Sudo nixos rebuild switch. There. Uh, nothing works in my head sometimes. So now I'm uninstalling Lutris. Oh, and I didn't. I didn't. Yeah. So what I did now was put in sudo nixos rebuild switch, and then one package was dismissed from my installation, and that was this one that I commented out from this configuration file that I have. This is it's like not the easiest way to use a Linux system, uh, but um, it's functional, fully functional, and I like it. That's the most important thing. I like it. I use it as however I like it to be and stuff. Then we have the upgrades part. Yeah. Do you want to update your system often, or do you want to update it less often? Do you want to reinstall it, or do you want it to not be reinstalled? It's like some systems that have a seasonal release, like Ubuntu, they have the option so that you can update or upgrade the system when there's new version coming out. It's going to bloat your system though, because there's going to be a lot of old files and new files being combined, and things maybe not working because yeah, um, seasonal releases can be a hazard. So either you sit on them too long, or you like don't sit them at on them long enough or stuff like that. It's uh so how should I put it? It's like most most Linux distros are seasonal release based. It is those that are based on Arch Linux basically that are rolling releases. I hope that um, that Pop OS will become a rolling release later down the line when they are done with their beta. That would be a lot easier if they just had an ISO and you install and then you update it, and you don't ever have to upgrade the system because everything's going to be upgraded with the latest release of whatever applications and kernels they add to the install or to their servers. But yeah, there are some positive things with a rolling release, and that is that you get the newest of the newest. The negative part of getting the newest of the newest is that if you install it day one, uh, bugs may occur that doesn't really get, yeah, doesn't really give you the best say, best uh, functions. So, or doesn't give you the best options, like functionalities. Like my head is not working when I'm thinking about multiple things at the same time. Sorry about that. Sorry for burning your eyes out there. I kind of burned out my own too. So yeah, I would recommend that your first um, operating system, distro, when it comes to Linux, is a seasonal release. It is Wayland based and it's immutable. Also, there's a lot more operating systems that use apt than there are operating systems that use like Pac-Man and stuff like that. So yeah, but DNF is also, yeah, yeah, it's like it doesn't need to be immutable, but it's a good thing, especially for children. If it's children that is going to sit with the computer, then definitely put in an immutable system. It's like the first thing you should be sitting and thinking about when it comes to children and a computer with Linux on it, like immutable system every day of the week, because it's easier to fix. Like if something, because you can't just delete stuff, which you can in a in a freer operating system. The immutable system will stop you from deleting system files and other stuff, and also changing the files and so on. Any Linux system would do that too, but if you give it like the sudo command and remove everything that exists in the root folder, yeah, that's yeah, then it's going to do that. But yeah, um, let's see. So when I say this, then I go into ChatGPT. I say I I'm on Windows and I want to switch to a Linux operating Linux based operating system and I want it to have Wayland as the compositor. I also want it to be immutable, and I want it to to be to have seasonal upgrades. There. Which one should I go with? There. Now it's going to be very, so it's here, there. Not much to it. So why Fedora Silverblue fits your needs. Wayland by default, immutable architecture, seasonal upgrades. Yeah, it's going to be super easy. If I don't like it, if I don't like that one then, which should I use? I like cinnamon desktop environment. There, and it's gonna. It shouldn't be so difficult. Yeah, okay. So here you still have the immutable desktop. You have the Silverblue and with cinnamon. So there, you only shift the OS tree over to install cinnamon season uh, cinnamon session, cinnamon control center, and cinnamon desktop, and then GDM there. And you reboot the system, and then voila, you are now in cinnamon instead. In the experimental nature of cinnamon on Wayland is a concern. You might consider using cinnamon with X11 while Wayland is in the future. So does Cosmic work with Fedora there? Come on, you can answer this quickly. Quickly, quickly, quickly. So yes, Cosmic works with Fedora and it's available as an official Fedora spin. So an official Fedora spin? Really? Really, 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 really? Really, really? Actually, you gotta be kidding me. So I didn't know. I did not know that. So I'm gonna download that. Okay, there. That's going to be downloaded. Yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna do this then. So pop OS 2404 LTS beta download, beta download. Yay. And there, download. The thing is, oh yeah, that can be really good to think about also. Good that I saw that now. Are you using are you using an NVIDIA graphics card or are you on an AMD graphics card? Not many operating systems gives you this obvious choice out of the box as Pop! OS does, which is it installs the NVIDIA drivers, graphics drivers, and everything that's needed for NVIDIA graphics cards to work properly in Linux. So that's one of the reasons to why one should perhaps choose Pop! OS. But if you, it's like, let's see, Pop! OS gives you NVIDIA install. Is there any other distro out there that are as considerate as System 76? There. So yeah, several Linux distributions. So you have Nubara Linux, and you have Bassite, and you have Tuxedo OS. Yeah. Oh, there's so many that are very super considerate or not. Okay, so you have Pop! OS that gives you an NVIDIA install where it provides the out-of-box experience for the NVIDIA GPUs. The same goes for Nubara Linux, which is the operating system I might have mentioned that Glorious Egg Roll has made when it comes to the Proton project, the GE Proton projects that are on like GitHub. But yeah, so the guy is like Glorious Egg Roll. His name is Thomas Kreider, and he took a Fedora-based system and made his own quirky system. So like we have it like there it is. So download Nubara, and yeah, here's the official one. It is GNOME based, but it looks like a Windows feely something. Then we have the normal GNOME, and then we have a normal KDE Plasma, and then he has the Steam handheld Plasma version, so that you have the Steam Deck feel to the operating system. The same goes with Bassite. So Bassite has their own, so download Bassite. We have different. Select your hardware. Let's say you are on a desktop. You have a NVIDIA RTX card, and then you want to be, you like the Steam OS feel to everything, so you choose Steam OS version KDE, and yes, I want to load directly into Steam gaming mode. Yeah, and that means when you boot the system, uh, you're going to, it's going to start Steam and then jump straight into Steam, so that all you have to do is basically start up a controller and install a game and whatever. If you don't want that, you can just choose no, I want traditional desktop experience. Yeah, sure, okay. Then you get the normal KD experience. It's like it's nice to have all of these kind of flavors that people have. So let's see, we have the Debian operating system download. Oh yeah, net ISO install. No, thanks. I don't want to download it. Other and download mirrors. Yeah, you can download it from everywhere in the world basically. So like, let's close that. Did I state that you have this also? Like DistroWatch? It's going to be different every other day because there's, so with the ranking, because this is like since you can see the years. It's like which Mandrake, Red Hat, Gen 2, Debian. It's like go for 2010. So Ubuntu was on top of 2010, then Fedora, then Mint, OpenSUSE. It's like 2019. What's here? MX Linux, a very small Linux operating system, so very good for older computers, older hardware. So Manjaro and Mint and Debian, Ubuntu, Elementary OS, it's like 2023. So MX Linux, Mint, Endeavour OS, like yeah, and we have 2024. 2024 was MX Linux again. So apparently MX Linux is looking good. Like it looks like this. Apparently it's a system that people want to use. So I don't. Um, okay, so let's see here the average rating, the last 7 days. This rating is based upon how many downloads there's been, and then everything is placed upon that. But just because you download something doesn't mean you actually install it. So it's not really a functional number. So, but this site is distrowatch.com, and if you want to look into distros, you can go there. Then you have Ubuntu. It's like you have Linux Mint. This is the cinnamon option. It looks like this. Then you have it's like the XFC version looks like this. Then you have the Mate version looks like this. So it's they look very similar to each other, but their main one is cinnamon. So if you are going to go for a Linux Mint, go for the cinnamon one because that's the one they focus on. We have Deepin, which is Chinese for shit, or espionage or whatever. I don't know. I don't trust Deepin. I don't trust anything that comes out from China, basically. I don't trust TikTok, even though I use TikTok. Um, well, I don't trust it because I basically comprehend that they are training an AI. So I'm fairly certain that they are doing that. But if you are not afraid of being on um, on an operating system that is created by probably the Chinese state, then yeah, here, have at it. Deepin 2501. Um, that's one option. Then we have Pop OS. I like Pop OS. It's my favorite operating system sometimes. Um, and I haven't been using it for a while now. But they focused on things that other operating systems haven't been focusing on, and which is hybrid graphics. That it doesn't use. So if you have two graphics cards or you have graphics in your CPU, it's going to use the graphics from the CPU, and then so this is perfect for laptops. It's like Pop OS and Fedora, or the laptop yummies. So like those are operating systems that you want, and you want to have one of these. I am telling you, it's like get one of these, and you don't want it, and you don't know what this is. I don't like Apple. I think they have an ugly operating system, but damn, do they make good sturdy stuff. It's like this is the Magic Trackpad 2, and I am super happy about buying this. It is, it's like you charge it and it has battery life for like months. and, and I use it. It's like it's for the gestures. Like in KDE, you don't use gestures as much as you use in GNOME. This is also basically why I used why I started using KDE Plasma on this computer. But usually I install Fedora GNOME, uh, and I use this richly, very richly, because it's, yeah, the feel of everything going so smoothly when you actually use this and you play around with this glassy, yeah, yeah. I recommend. It's a product placement. Yeah, but I've told people that I'm never going to buy anything from Apple, and then I was like, I need a touchpad, and I was like, who makes the best touchpad? And I was like, okay, touchpad, good, but it's small. So I don't want a small touchpad. I want a big touchpad. It's like, And I was like, where do I get my hands on a bigger touchpad? And I was like, Apple, Apple, Apple. Really, really, really? Okay, yeah. Apple has made one like touchpad that they have had in many different iterations, and I'm like, should I? Okay, so I started to look at reviews, and the reviews stated that, oh, this is the best product out on the market for anyone. And I started to use it in Windows. Do you know that the drivers for Windows are worse and the gestures for it are worse than it is in Linux? I freaking hate using it in Windows. It's a nightmare using that one, the trackpad in Windows. So yeah, when I started to try it out in Fedora, GNOME, I was like, I'm in heaven. And I fell in love with GNOME because it has this really, really nice layout of everything. And yeah, it's basically made with laptops in mind, with trackpads in mind. It's made for laptops. And yeah, Pop! OS is uh, somewhat the laptop go-to too. So there's two operating systems that is especially made for laptops basically, and that's or two desktop environments should I state, which is GNOME and Cosmic. GNOME and Cosmic are made for laptops. It's like ease of use desktop environments. So it can't be clearer than that. It's like awesome. On top of that, Pop! OS introduces tiling from the get-go. So start with the launcher that's now front and center. Oh, really? I don't want to have any audio. Can I not have audio? So apparently not. Yeah, that's a walkthrough video. I can't sit down and have that in my ears. I'm gonna die if I have that in my ears. Okay, so yeah, Pop! OS it has auto tiling, so it works like a window manager, even though it's not a window manager, which is awesome. So it's a window manager, so desktop environment window manager basically. So it's a blend of both worlds. So if you want to sit down and you want to use Hyperland, but you're not fully there with like super user the super user feel, then Pop! OS is for you. Like that's uh and there. And we also have Sorin. Sorin has, so like if you pay them for the support and go pro, you will be able to like, yeah, it's 549 Swedish crowns, so it's like 50 euros. Uh, oh, that's so expensive. So yeah, but it's about 50 euros, and you get an operating system where you get support and you get some extra features that the free version doesn't get. Like you can change how the look is so that it looks more like Windows 11 or Windows 10 or Windows 98 or like Ubuntu or like Mac OS or whatever. You have all the the UI settings on basically small images that you then just pick between. So here it looks like macOS. Here it looks like Windows, older Windows, uh, Windows 11, Chrome OS, uh, GNOME 2, which is old, Ubuntu-like. Uh, I think there's more. It's like Windows 10, Touch. So yeah, like a tablet. And then you have Windows XP-like. And then you have GNOME 3, basically. So yeah, and this is just one operating system, and you can make it look like and feel like any other operating system, but you only like install one, and if you get tired of the looks, you just change the looks, and you can change the colors and all everything. Like, yeah, but you need to buy the or like how should I put it? You need to donate like 50 euros in order to get this uh, operating this version of the operating system. So it's also if one goes to school and stuff, this should be the optimal operating system to actually put in the classroom. But yeah, let's see what the future holds. Like, and it's for free. So it's just a Pro that costs money, and it's so that you get some extra features like that could be. I don't know if it's going to be if it is exists in any other operating system because Sorin uses its own stuff, and they keep on developing good good features. Uh, yeah. And then we have yeah, Fedora. So you go into for Fedora and then you go to Fedora Workstation. You also have Fedora KDE Plasma, the next generation personal desktop, like there. But you have here, this is a gorgeous looking operating system. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yes, it is. I love it. So, and then you take the AMD x86-64 because that's usually what you have on your computer. Very few computers are using ARM at the moment. It's very new computers that uses ARM. So if you know that you're using ARM, then yeah, get the first one here, raw xset. That is for the first one here. That is for Raspberry Pi. Just so you know. So if it's if it's xset, then it's for Raspberry Pi. If it's the live ISO, then it's for like newer ARM computers. So uh, let's see here, close, and then you have Elementary OS, which looks, I don't know what to think about it. Like custom, and you can set 0 here, and then you'll be able to download it. It's like, that's all. Or you could donate. I don't know why it sets purchase though, because it's a donation. But I don't like it how it is like this with even though it is kind of good to like I would not have anything here, so I would have like donate and then have like $5, uh, and if you set it to 0, it's going to be download. It's like instead of having like these options, like yeah, I don't know what I don't I personally don't like the how this looks. It's an older version of GNOME basically. Close. And then we have Manjaro. They tend to have a lot of problems when it comes to their frickin' products. So for workstations and laptops, for phones and embedded. Yeah. So they have the Orange Pi is one of the projects that they are working on, which will have an immutable Manjaro system in it. That's going to be interesting. And apparently they are also working on the same with Gaming Sound Pro, which is a Zotac handheld, which actually looks a bit interesting, kind of. The market is getting a bit saturated though, I think. So there's going to be a lot of e-waste. Yeah, but they have they actually sell computers and stuff like that also, I think. Or they have no Star Labs. Okay, Star they work together with Star Labs with their computer apparently. Okay, so or if they do, can I buy them here? Huh? Kill switch? There's a kill switch on it? Okay. Okay. The haptic. Okay, haptic. Okay, yeah. No. Okay. When it comes to Manjaro, there's download. You have the Plasma version XFC, you have GNOME, you have Cinnamon, you have i3 Window Manager, and you have the Sway Window Manager. I don't get it why they don't have a Hyperland Window Manager though. Sway uses Wayland also. That's something that is very good here. They actually, no, they don't state it that they were use or don't use on these though. Yeah, I haven't used Manjaro in years upon years upon years. I got tired of their rhetorics and yeah, a lot of other stuff that happened. So like, we have KDE Plasma's own project, which is KDE Neon, where they have a Ubuntu operating system, and they because a lot of the operating systems now that or distributions that you find does not have like uh, a good support when it comes to KDE, because KDE is often enough not their first choice. It's becoming more and more that the first or main uh, desktop that a lot of distros support is GNOME, because it looks good, it feels good, it works pretty good. Cosmic will probably be uh, more on the scene soon too. So, but this is not an operating system that everyone or anyone should just sit with either. I can't recommend this. I can't recommend KDE Neon to a beginner. I'm sorry. I just can't. Because sometimes there's going to be problems with this, and they have their own update commands and stuff like that too, which is a bit problematic. We have Endeavour OS, which is Arch based, but just because it's Arch based doesn't mean it's going to be difficult to use. When it comes to Endeavour, it's a pre-made system, so it's going to be apparently KDE Plasma that it's built upon or uses. I have never actually used Endeavour OS, but yeah, it's supposed to be quite easy to use. I am a big fan of Arco Linux. Arco Linux is not only an Arch based operating system, it's also an Arch school. So Arch going into, so if you go into Arch Linux, you will basically hop into, so how should I put it? It's like, I don't like his website, honestly. So he's a brilliant person when it comes to explaining the many things. Like, you should go onto his YouTube channel. You should follow his YouTube channel, actually. Eric Dubois. So he's awesome when it comes to his videos. Like, short videos with a lot of different things. If you want, like, see here, Sway on, let's say Sway. We want to install Sway on Arch Linux. There's going to be a video about how you install Sway or how it looks. There's going to be lots of Hyperland. He goes through how to do a lot of stuff, and he himself has made a bunch of distributions or versions of his own distribution. So we have like downloads. We're going to go to downloads. This is something that is a bit difficult to actually comprehend how it works because it's a lot of reading. This is why I don't like his site, because yeah, you have Arconet, which is an XFCE4 based Linux distro. He uses the Linux Zen kernel, and yeah, it has a minimal application suite. It's like just pre-installed stuff. And services that work is Bluetooth sound and printing, and it's offline, so it's easy to install. And here you have the video of it being installed, and then you have the Arco Pro, which is a Linux LTS version. So I don't know which one of the kernels it is right now. It should be, I think, 615 is the LTS, or I don't know. I have no idea right now. So no applications, nothing is installed. Basically, you have just quite the clean thing, because this is a fast install. This is nothing install, and you start to add stuff yourself. So this is good. Arco Pro is the nice one if you want to test out a lot of different settings, and yeah, but it can take some time to install, especially since there's a lot of information missing. So you can have like applications and there's no info about what the application is or is for, and then you need to sit down and search the thing is that it's a live CD, so you can sit and search while you're installing. So yeah, but I would not start off with doing something like that as um, as a beginner. And then we have Arcoplasma, which uses the Linux CashOS kernel. It has some minimal Plasma applications, and it uses KDE Plasma. It has the Bluetooth and sound and printing working, and yeah, um, the environment it's using is Plasma. So, and yeah, it's easy, quick, fast, and he has a theme installed that is very beautiful. He uses the same theme on everything, basically, or this subset of the same theme. So every distro version that he has looks kind of similar. So when you're to download Kiro, so you can see here. Here's the XFCE version that he's made. And yeah, here's Hyperland or Sway. I don't know which. No, it's Shad DWM. So this is an X11 based window manager. Uh, that's the Kiro one. Why is Oh, okay. So download. Here you can find everything. It's like the latest version of our is this even Arco? Arco Linux? Has he changed the name to Kiro? Oh, this is a bit of a problem. Oh, okay. Yeah, and also when I press these, I want that to launch uh, the image, but also give me the download to the specific file, and it doesn't. So that's a bit irritating. It's like, yeah, download Oracle Linux by it's like spices. Okay, so here XFCE, and here's something else and something else, and yeah. If I could, so I would rebuild his site properly so I could have the cores. I would make it so it's faster too, because it's not fast enough. It's very slow. It's too slow actually to sit with. It's like it's so slow that you don't want to be here, which is a bit sad. Here is the Oracle install ISO, and there's the Oracle Pro. Here's the Oracle Net, Oracle Pro, and Oracle Plasma. So yeah, SoulForge. There, Oracle install Net and Plasma and Pro, and there Plasma there, and then you download the ISO or the files. Yeah, it takes a bit of time to figure out where to find the downloads when it comes to his web page, and I think I need to write him again and ask him if there isn't just an easier way to just make things working. Like, yeah, uh, you can have files uploaded to SourceForge, and then have the direct link for the download on your web page. So like, yeah, but he doesn't have that. So yeah, I'm not gonna shit on him more than that. But yeah, it's not. I like his Linux Arco Linux. I love Arco Linux. I've been using it for years, up until I started to use Pop OS, and again, and then now I'm using Nix OS instead, because I need to be able to install stuff fast if something goes wrong. So currently I'm trying to figure that out. This is one that's named CachyOS. A lot of people have been talking about it. I know very little about it. I've not used it at all. It uses its own version of apparently it uses KD Plasma, and then it uses its own its own and then it uses its own. So, oh, we have the handheld edition too. So yeah, they have the handheld version, and they have the normal version. It's like, that's awesome. That's nice. Uh, it officially supports the Rogue Ally, Steam Deck OLED, and LCD, Legion Go, and Lenovo Legion Go S. Okay, but I personally prefer not to change my operating system and just stay with the one that I have on my handheld. Yeah. Um, Even though they might be able to actually, like, let's see, optimize it a bit more, but it uses its own Linux kernel, so it's, yeah. Select your preferred edition. Choose from a range of desktop environments, Wayland compositors, and X11 window managers, including KDE, Plasma, GNOME, XFC, i3, Wayfire, LX, Qt, OpenBox, Cinnamon, Cosmic, Yukoi, or Uke, UI, LXDE, Mate, Budgie, Qtile, Hyperland, and Sway. Simply download and install using the online GUI install ISO installer. So like, yeah, it, it's an it's an operating system that I have not yet tested out, but a lot of people are swearing by it that it's a good one. Yeah, I don't know. They state it's stable and that it is. I think it's no, yeah, I think it's Arch based, if I don't remember wrong. Should see if there's a. Can't see that here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's Arch based. So this video is it's long. Then we have Bassite. I talked about that earlier. My experiences of Bassite and of Nobara have not been good. I have installed Bassite in handheld mode in one virtual machine that I have. And yeah, while it works as it should, uh, I don't know. I don't like all of the. I don't know how to say. It's like I don't know if I like it or not. I haven't been using it enough. I've been using like Nix OS. I have a virtual machine that is constantly up and running. So yeah, this is what I've been using because I haven't had time to sit down and play games. Bassite is mainly a gaming OS. It is made for handhelds and computers alike for the sole purpose of having a preordained or pre-functioning gaming system. So it's yeah, it's for the gamers, it's basically. And the thing with Basite and Nobara is that uh, they have more fixes regarding the kernels and hardware, so like fine tuning of hardware and stuff like that, that other operating systems that does not focus on gaming has. So yeah, but my experience of Basite has been that it's just big and clunky. I want a fast operating system. That's why I'm starting to think that maybe just little a little bit, maybe I should maybe perhaps walk over and instead of using like KD Plasma, use Hyperland. I'm not far off from actually starting to. I think I'm gonna go over to Pop OS. No, Cosmic. I'm going to use Nix OS, but I'm going to hop over to using like GNOME for a while, and when there's a super stable version of Cosmic, then I'm gonna install Cosmic and use that instead. Um, and then after that, when I'm used to super user commands, basically using the keyboard for opening and closing and changing and switching around everywhere, instead of using a mouse and clickety clack everywhere, yeah, then I'm going to go the Hypeland route. It's like, and yeah, figure things out that way. That's basically what I think right now. So for myself, but for someone else, when it comes to getting a distro, what is the purpose of your so what are you going to use the operating system for? So are you going to sit and surf and watch movies or series or watch streams? It's like if that's the only thing you're going to do with a computer, just yeah, install Ubuntu, Fedora, whatever. If you are to well install games, then you have Basite, you have Nobara, you have Garuda. And Garuda is like it's Arch based, and I don't know really. There's and when it's Garuda, it's the Dragonized one. That's the gaming version. The okay, this looks nice though. I don't like the icon pack though. They could have they could have chosen something better. But yeah, Mocha. Is there I saw something about cat. Yeah, there. A beautiful cat puchin pastel themed KDE desktop environment. It's like, yeah, awesome. It's like I love pastel colors. Like here you have GNOME, you have Cinnamon, you have XFCE, you have Sway, which is window managers. You have i3, which is a window manager, and Hypeland, which is a window manager. You have Garuda KDE Lite, which is a stripped version of KDE Plasma. You have Garuda Nix subsystem. Oh, oh now, oh let's you easily try out Nix OS. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with it's like uh oh, nice logo. This, the Dragonized logo is a lot nicer than it is. Yeah, they have updated it everywhere. So awesome, awesome. It looks a lot better than it has been because it looked horrible because it's been it's like it's been this kind of shape logo on Garuda. It's like having the Dragonized stuff there instead for the downloads or for this much better. So it looks a bit a lot better actually. The I yeah, there you can see the old thingy. So Garuda Cosmic. They have that too. Oh, that's nice. It's like derives certain settings from your Garuda installation can be easily removed. Shares most common home folders with the Garuda installation. Only supports the Dragonized style of Garuda. No. They should only be used by highly advanced users who like to tinker around with NixOS. No. So while I am one who wouldn't recommend NixOS to a total beginner, I would gladly recommend it for someone who has actually had a bit of experience with Linux, like say a month or two, 3 months of experience. Then you can jump on to Arch, and then with 1, 2, 3 months of experience from that, you can jump over to NixOS. Because if you had the decency to actually try out Arch, then you will have the much needed um, uh, what's it called now? So like, well, you will have the attention span that is needed to sit with Nix OS and the Nix subsystem. Uh, yeah. Let's see. That was Fedora and no Garuda, and there we have Basite and Nobara and Garuda. Close, and then we have cubes. Um, if you are as like so how should I put this? It, if you are it's like come here. So there there's like this if you are paranoid, then cubes is the one for you. It's like every application that is run in cubes, every application, every single one is going to be run in a in its own independent sandbox. So you're gonna have like uh, every each and every application is going through its own virtual landscape. So I think it's probably like Kubernetes or Dockers. And the funny thing is that when you start it, it will start up, and then when you close it, it will be deleted, and then when you start it again, it will be a new session. So it's the it's the operating system for the super paranoid people. And yeah, but it's interesting. We saw here cubes. Here we have Edward Snowden, the whistleblower and privacy advocate, the one who uh, got everyone the information about Prism. Now, if you search about Prism, it's probably going to be Prism If you search about Prism, you're gonna find Prism Launcher. But yeah, I'm talking about the CIA thingy. CIA. There. Prism. Let's see if I can find this in English. Can I have it in English? Okay. Prism is this. Oh, they were spying on everyone, everywhere in the whole world, basically. And yeah, everyone, everyone. They were looking at they were watching everyone's Facebook feeds. They were watching everyone's uh, internet, well, everyone's activity on the internet. And I don't know if they actually stopped doing it just because uh, Edward Snowden leaked the information back in 2013. So like it was CIA, NSA, and FBI working uh, in real time, getting information in real time as it happened. It's like this is sick. It's like how they yeah. This is also why you want to like you want to have more control over what you're doing. And I don't think that staying on operating systems that have open backdoors in them, like Microsoft has. Microsoft has backdoors in their operating system for the government for governmental use. They've had in the past, so they probably have it now too. The easier ways to get it's in order to have easier access for the police and other state uh, state personnel. It's like let's see here. We have cubes, close. We have Arch Linux. Already talked about that. It is. It's like we can do this. YouTube. Uh, Arch. Arch Linux. Fast install. Install. There. Fast install there. 12 minutes. And yeah, that's not going to take 12 minutes for me to show you that. Whoa, maybe that was a bit too fast. My graphics card did not like that. Come on. Yeah, 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 I know. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe when I'm not recording at the same time as I'm showing a video, then that's not gonna be a problem. But right now I'm currently like yeah, there. From there. It's like there. I'm gonna have three and a half. We're not gonna go faster than that. So oh, you have this fast install. Okay, he has. Oh, he's using his Archer Hyperline. Oh, he's using his install scripts for Arch Titus. Oh, I haven't used that operating system in a while, so this is a new video then? Wait, can I see? Can I... Where's the video? There it is. 7 months ago. Oh, that's the latest update then. And that's Arch Titus and not Arch Linux. So Arch install EC, like here, like this is how you install Arch Linux basically. This is the fast install though. which is to use the Arch installer. So it's super easy to use. But when it comes to not using the Arch installer, then it's a bit of a problem because you have everything text based, and if you do it the wrong way and miss something, then it's not going to be fun. It's like not fun at all. It's like, but yeah, it is super easy to actually install Arch Linux. Just so you know, you just you boot the ISO, you choose, you write Arch install, you click enter, and then it starts with asking you a bunch of questions and you uh, filling in those um, questions with your answers. And don't forget to install the network manager. There. That's all you need to remember. It's like install the network manager and yeah, follow the steps that is in each and every one of those install bits. And it's gonna take like 5 minutes to install Arch. So it's basically automatic. Basically automatic. So it's easy. There, he installed it. It's like quite finally. So it looks more difficult than it is. Here you have NixOS. It is definitely not the operating system for the weak. Ugh. Because if you don't have if you don't have the attention span that is needed to actually fix this installation, like you have these, you write different. This is the package mk shell, name dev environment. So this is named development environment, and yeah, and then you have the build input. You're installing Node.js as a package, and then a shell hook, which is echo start developing. When you, if you're a developer in any programming language, it just looks like normal programming code. Basically, it's not that difficult, and you could easily do when I'm gonna say this. Use ChatGPT as often as you can when you're trying to learn something. Like here, I want to install a Nix OS, and I want to use the easiest configuration.nix possible, and have a running operating system. There. That's all you had to do. And voila. Now, all you do is you basically just follow suit. You copy this whole file into the NixOS, the configuration.nix file that is located in etc NixOS, and then you also import the hardware configuration.nix, which will handle the partitions of your hard drive. Then you tell it that you want systemd to be enabled as the bootloader. You want the EFI to be in use. You want the host name to be NixOS. You want the time zone to be Stockholm in this case. You want the default locale to be English, UTF-8, and then console you want it to use lat2 terminus 16, and then the key map should be US in the console. And then services, you want OpenSSH to be on. You want X server. Oh, it's using X server. No thanks. No thanks. No thanks. Rewrite. I use Wayland land, not X11. Okay, there. Okay. Oh, it's telling me to use GNOME here instead then. You are fun. Did it use... What did it use here then? X server. Oh, it doesn't have anything. It's just starting the X server. And it uses Cinnamon. Ugh. Username, and is normal user true, or it could be an administrator. So password, your password, the one that you want to put in. I would not do this on this though, probably. It's plain text for install only. Like, and then the groups that you want to uh, add someone to. And then we have sudo enabled. It's very good to have sudo enabled. If it's not enabled, it's going to be a bit of a problem. Wheel is for the passwords then. It's like, and then this is for the networking. And then you have the applications that you want to have installed: Vim, Git, curl, vget, vget, wget. Then firewall, have the networking firewall enabled, true. It's not certain that what is in these files will actually work. So then you'll have to go there. It's like Nix OS packages. And Nix OS is so funny because it has over 120,000 packages. It's basically holding on to both the AUR and everything else. So like, let's see here. We want Steam. And then we have like Steam dependencies, dummy package do not use. It's like Steam, okay, Steam fhsenv without Steam, Steam TUI, Steam Run, Steam, yeah. There's so many different things that you, like, I think this is Steam, like Valve Steam. And when you add it to the next configuration file, you want to add this. But if you've added environment system packages as packages, then you just need to write Steam. Like it's I think I'm gonna make a NixOS video at some time when I am trying to fix my own configuration files, because I'm probably going to sit down and do a stream or a long recording when I try to fix my NixOS files. So, but yeah, we have So NixOS is not for the beginners. Gen 2 is definitely not for the beginners. It is, um, how should I put it? It's probably the fastest operating system that could be installed if it's configured correctly, because it will compile every application that you install after your hardware, basically. So uh, then we have Slackware. Slackware is fun. It's going to be like you install a zip file, basically, then you open the zip file, then you compile the program, and then, well, first you build it, then you compile it, then you start it. And you do that with every application. I used this when I was 17, 18 years old, and yeah, I used it for years. Um, it's I was not satisfied with using the operating systems that was out at the time. This was the most exotic operating system, except for Gen 2, that one could use. And yeah, my friend thought I was uh, stupid for not settling with the easier versions of Linux at the time. I wanted to use the most advanced stuff because I wasn't mentally satisfied with the Linux experience. Um, but nowadays I've gotten a bit lazy, so yeah. Uh, Red Hat is for servers. OpenSUSE is they have servers and they have um, like GNOME 3. They have desktop XFC 4, GNOME 3, and KDE Plasma 5. Why is it KDE Plasma 5 and not 6? Okay, yeah, not my problem. So there, OpenSUSE is basically, yeah, we have Omarchi, which I recently saw a video about. His own video. It's like, this is 2.0 though. The 3.0. 3.0 is the one I wanted to test out. Since I am a developer, I was like, I watched his 2.0 video and I was like, oh, okay, why would I ever want to use this? This is just a normal Hypeland, like the Arch install is nothing special about it. And then it's like, and then a little bit into it, he opens this menu and he starts to do stuff here. And this made me interested, because now it's not just a normal, boring Arch system. It is actually a usable scripted operating system. So yeah, I found it very interesting. The only thing I might need to install outside of the stuff that he has added here is just one thing, and that is uh, uh, KeyPass, KeyPass XC. That's the only thing that he hasn't added. Um, because he uses another key uh, password manager. Um, but he has local LLMs that you can install straight from the. So if you're interested in local large language models, then you can easily install it in this operating system or this distro. You also have like if you go to the install here, like if I could find it, like that's also the problem here because I don't know where in the video he was actually doing stuff. But he's made it so that it's quite simple to use for basically anyone in a way that wants to be a super user. And he's using most of the applications I'm already using. It's like 90% of all the applications I'm using is in his install. So I got a bit interested in actually using this distro. But I would not recommend it if you are not interested in, say, I would only recommend something like Omarchi if you are interested in programming, if you are a developer of some kind, or if you're interested in large language models, or if you are, it's like see now the third one. It's like, yeah, and if you want to be a power user, which is basically using your power user is using your keyboard to control your whole operating system. It's like I will try to do that in in a future very close by. But I haven't done that yet. Uh, Visit Eric Dubois if you want to learn more about Arch and Arch-based systems, specifically Arch Linux though. But it's the biggest school on the internet, basically, with short video material that goes through a lot of different things, how to use, how to install, how to uninstall stuff in Arco Linux, which also becomes things that you can do with Arch Linux. Arco isn't supposed to be the answer to everything. Arco Linux is supposed to be Arco Linux is supposed to be this teaching session, if I've comprehended it properly. So I've gone with those and gone with that and gone with, yeah, okay. So if you cannot decide what you really want or need, so like when it comes to, so like back with trash text, Compositor, Wayland, or X11. Do you want it to be a locked system or an open system? Do you want a package manager to be one that many operating systems or many distros use? In that case, it's going to be easier to find commands that actually suits your operating system. apt is one that is the most used. After that is pacman, after that is dnf. Or it's dnf and then it's pacman. It's probably dnf and then pacman because there's a lot of times that you can see like Ubuntu or Debian and then Fedora, but you can't see an Arch install guide. So, but yeah, so apt or DNF. So, and I personally would say that people should, if they go over to anything and it's not gaming specific, I would say normal Fedora. If it's gaming specific, um, go Nobara or Basite. Like if you, yeah, and since like Fedora has GNOME, it has KDE Plasma, it has XFC, and it has Cosmic. So you don't really need to have anything else than it's just. And when you have installed an operating system, you can still uninstall certain packages and then install new packages. It's like you're not stuck on the desktop environment that you are using just because you're trying it. But before you actually before you actually decide on which distro or which which environment you want to be in, because it doesn't matter. The other ones are basically how I perceive things. When I do, let's see, when I do this and I do a fast fetch, I want this logo to be nice. If it looks like Garuda's or it's like something like that, it's like I want to puke on it because I look up that information quite often. It's like, so. Oh, sorry, it's 3 a.m. here. Yeah, but so it doesn't really matter uh, which operating system you use. It's just what do you want to do with it, and then yeah, do you want it to be uh, one install that you then upgrade every other year or every third year or fourth year? Or is it one that you want to update regularly? Or is it one that is locked to um, your configuration and then uh, that you then can how should I put it? It's like, is it then something that you want to? Sorry, I'm thinking about the food that my neighbor gave me earlier. Can't stop thinking about it because yeah, he's high. Yeah, he comes over sometimes and give me food. He's a really nice neighbor. So um so uh Yeah, the rolling releases or seasonal releases. I would say that a seasonal release is more stable. You want stable operating system when you are new. So I would say or suggest that you just choose whichever desktop environment you want to use, which is I would recommend GNOME or Cosmic. GNOME specifically, um, or KDE Plasma if you want to uh, do something more. So for me, there's just four big ones. It's KDE Plasma, there's GNOME, there's Cosmic, and there's Hyperland. That's the four big ones for me. And when it comes to the other big ones, uh, like Cinnamon and Mate and XFCE and stuff like that, they are for me too limited and graphically impaired to be on my list of interesting Ds. So um, I uh, I the graphically impaired DEs are more like for your old PC that is like 5 years old or older, and then your laptop that is like 4, 5, 6, 7 years old can barely run Windows 7 anymore. So yeah, that's the computer that I would push to push an XFCE install to or a MX Linux. So MX Linux would probably be the Linux version that I or Lite. light Linux. Yeah, that is something like that would probably be what I would install on an older system. Or yeah, because while the kernel is new and up to date, um, it's not as tough graphically for older systems to handle. So it's gonna be become a very fast computer. So you have the uh, LXQT. That's very fast. I think that's what MX Linux is using, or if it's using XFCE. What is it using? Like MX Linux, MX Linux. Okay, so MX Linux seems to be using a lot of different versions. Okay, XFCE, KDE, and Fluxbox. But KDE is its uh, flagship focus. And I would not say that this is graphically impaired when they have a lot of transparency shit in it. It's like when it's an older computer, you don't want all the transparency stuff thingies. No, I would not do that. Light Linux. Here, this. Light Linux. Download. Like 7.6. 2.9 gigabytes for the ISO. Um, and yeah. Yeah. You can't install newer operating systems. You then install light Linux. There. Here. This is what I would say that the old computers should have. Is it's fast. It's extremely fast. Like if you thought that you could barely use your Windows computer before, and then you jump over to that's also one thing. Um, if you have like 4 gigabytes of RAM, I would not suggest you use GNOME because it's eating RAM like crazy. Because there's a lot of graphical segments and stuff that it likes to use, and yeah, I'm also a person that has like 12, 50, 60, 100 tabs up in my web browser at all times basically, so I have lots and lots of RAM on my computer. I would say like if it's a computer that has 8 gigabytes of RAM, then yeah, GNOME would function properly. But yeah, but if it's 4, then I would probably go with something like XFCE or this. It's like light Linux. Is every day of the week. Every day of the week. It's too it's yeah. So there. It's not much more that I can say right now because I got through everything when it comes to uh recent close there. There. So yeah, I've basically gone through everything that I want to go through with the distro. Yeah, it's a long video, but yeah, if if you actually sat down and listened, there's hopefully gonna be something there somewhere. So some reasoning that would help you figure out what you want to do. And thank you for not listening, and see you next time.